Hello everybody, it's TannerFishies here, back again with a new Ninjago video here on the channel. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at all 6 of the new Ninjago core ninja introduced for the year of 2022. As you can see right in front of you, we have all 6 of them, starting with Kai, and obviously ending at Nia. And in today's video, I would like to give my thoughts on all 6 of these characters individually. I would like to start with Kai and go through all 6 of the core suits, talk about what I like about them, what I don't like about them, just give my general thoughts overall as to how I feel these suits stack up against some of the other ones that we've seen in previous years for Ninjago. And towards the end of the video, I do want to give my full, thoughts as to how I feel about the entire group in its entirety, how I feel about their addition to Ninjago core, and give my honest thoughts as to what I think about these core suits. Are they worth collecting? Why or why not? As mentioned, let's begin with Kai, taking a look at his first, and then we will just go down the line from here, ending with Nia, of course. Alright, so first things first, we have Core Kai. Now Kai, I actually don't think has that bad of a design here for Ninjago core. Simplistic, yeah, for sure. But bad, no, I wouldn't call it bad. As you can see, this version of Kai has some totally different colors going on in terms of his color scheme, as opposed to some other versions of Kai. Very much a lot of red, also a lot of this weird orangish yellow color. Not exactly sure what you would call that. The mask is unprinted, but it's still a pretty good mask, obviously. It's the exact same one used for a while. You can see that Kai face has also been used for a very long time, so nothing new there. Speaking of things that are, familiar, the shoulder armor is again returning from Season 11 and other versions of Kai, and that holds a red katana, which, taking that off really quick, you can see some of the other printing on the back. I'm not going to bother with the armor. I'm not going to bother taking the armor off or anything like that, because I feel like the armor is essential for Kai's design here overall. Again, the big thing that stands out about this version of Kai to me is the colors. However, some of the design work I think needs some work. I'm not a huge fan of how this side of the torso is completely red with little to no detailing, especially that entire red arm. Not exactly sure why that was made, but otherwise I like the colors on this guy. I think this is a very unique Kai in terms of colors once again, and there's not much else that I can compliment besides just that. I mean, the design, while simple, is still effective, but I find it to be a little bit too simple for my taste sometimes. I don't know. What do you guys think about this version of Kai? Feel free to let me know down below in the comments. Here we have Core J, and J I actually think has the best of the Ninjago core suits. I don't know why, this guy is just super cool to me. I really enjoy his colors too. That very classic blue makes a return while being combined with this weird pale banana yellow type color. Honestly, on paper that doesn't sound like it should work, but this figure absolutely nails it. I love that hood. The exact same face is used on this version of J as other J's that we've seen throughout the past several years. That much is to be expected. Same exact Season 11 shoulder armor. He does have a banana yellow sword. Not exactly sure what color that officially is. I'm just calling it banana yellow. You can kind of see how the back of this figure looks. Of course, again, not removing the armor. This version of J has a very weird design choice as well, similar to Kai, where this entire arm is blue. Again, not sure why that decision was made. There's also another shade of blue used for the legs, which I don't think is all that bad looking, honestly. I really like the sharpness in the torso print. It definitely defines lightning for me. I think that this figure does a great job at expressing J's element, especially with that torso print. Again, the sharp edges of the actual kimono itself make for a very solid lightning design. Overall, this guy is probably the best of the core figures, at least according to my own opinion, and I have little to no issue with him, aside from maybe that one arm. I wish that was a little more, I don't know, differently colored, maybe. Would have provided a little bit more contrast, but hey, I guess that's just me. Next up here we have Core Cole. Core Cole. Kind of a weird name there. Probably could come up with something different. Cole here I actually don't think is that bad either. I love the colors. Very Cole-esque, very black, orange, and brown. Classic Cole color scheme, all things considered. The torso print I find to be interesting as well. I mean, it's not too different from what we've been expecting for Cole figures. Very rocky, very blocky. I think it works for Cole's design. I think the brown legs complement this figure a lot, especially with a little bit of black on there. That looks really good, actually. Can't really complain about that too much. One arm is entirely black, but then again, we've seen that for Cole suits before, so it doesn't bother me as much as it might for some other characters in this exact same series. I love the one orange arm, looks fantastic. Cole, of course, has an orange katana. Taking that away, you can see some of the printing on the back. Same Season 11 shoulder armor used on all of these guys. The mask itself is unprinted. Lifting that up will reveal the same exact Cole face that we've been seeing for years. You guys pretty much know how that goes at this point. I quite like the black and orange unprinted mask. That actually looks pretty nice. Yeah, I can't really complain too much about this guy. I think this figure has a lot of balance to him, and I think he has a pretty solid design. Definitely one of the better ones of this entire wave, in my opinion. Next up, we have Core Zane, and honestly, I don't think this guy's too bad either, but I can see why some people might not like him. First of all, the arms are very, very obvious. Silver and dark gray hands doesn't make for the best design, in my opinion. It looks very strange in person. Let's just leave it at that. Otherwise, just doing a quick turnaround of this figure, the colors obviously scream Ice and Zane. White, silver, light blue, you guys get it. Katana in light blue, obviously. The mask is unprinted, and that face, surprise, same Zane face we've been seeing for years. Season 11 armor is obviously acceptable here. I love that reflective torso printing, though, for the chest. That's pretty cool. Very similar to his golden 10th anniversary legacy version, though. I almost wonder if that's the exact same print just brought over here, but I do appreciate the nice ice design going on the torso, going on both sides, so that's nice. The legs are a little barren, but I can live with that. It also uses the weird banana yellow color for Zane for these weird little ropes or belts or whatever, and I feel like that's gonna, throw off a lot of people. Personally, I think it works for some reason. Can't really put my finger on why, but this version of Zane I think works overall. It might not be the best version of Zane that we've ever seen in the history of Ninjago, but it's far from the worst. It's not terrible. There are some things to enjoy about it, and I personally don't find anything super wrong with this guy, but I feel like, again, the printing down here, the yellow color, the arms, I feel like that is going to, I guess, upset a lot of people. Again, not really me, though, so let's go ahead and move on. Here we have Core Lloyd, and Lloyd I think is going to be a fan favorite from this wave. I think his colors are really well done, aside from maybe the legs. Maybe those legs are a little too brown for my taste, but I really like the multiple shades of green going on here. We have regular green, light green, dark green, and I think it works overall. Green katana on the back, obviously. You can kind of see what that's been covering up. Same Season 11 shoulder armor. You guys get it, using the sword to point or whatever. That's interesting. Hadn't really done that before. The hood I really like. The lime green and the normal green make for an interesting color combination. Same exact Lloyd face. Surprise, surprise. I really like the green gloves here. I think that complements this suit really well. Again, my biggest issue with this guy is the brown legs. Not really sure why. I mean, Cole had the same thing going on. Same deal with Kai, but I think those ninja handle that color scheme a little better than Lloyd does. Can't really say why, though. The torso print is kind of mismatched from side to side. Not really sure how to feel about that. I would definitely prefer the organization that Zane has, for example. But still, this figure is not too terrible. I mean, it's certainly the most average looking out of the entire core library, but overall, yeah, he's not bad. He's also not great. Yeah, I don't know. This guy is just all right to me. I'm having trouble finding things to say about this guy that I haven't said already for the other ninja. I just like it. I think it's a fine Lloyd figure. Not the best, but also not the worst. Pretty much right in the middle. Very average, if you will. And last, and probably least, here we have Nia. Nia might have one of my least favorite designs out of the entire core series. Can't really find her to be too appealing to me personally. She just doesn't really stand out. I really dislike that entirely azure blue arm there. Not exactly sure what that was about. I do appreciate the torso print, though, and how it is very wavy, very water-esque, especially over here. I do like that design a lot. Again, very water, very wave-esque. Represents her element quite well. You can also see that represented in the other folds of the torso print as well. You can see the seamless nature of the entire print is very, very flowy, very water-esque. Yeah, I guess. I do like this arm right here, metallic gunmetal gray with the azure blue hand. That looks pretty nice. She does have a katana. It's not the exact same katana that is, it doesn't match her color scheme all that much. It's the exact same one that Zane uses, so that's kind of weird and disappointing. The mask I really enjoy. We've seen a mask similar to this before for Nia, but obviously with a print, and you can see the face print is the exact same one that has been used for years. Imagine that. Imagine that. Yeah, the legs are also quite nice. I do like the legs a lot too. Overall, this figure is just kind of bland to me. Kind of boring. I'm kind of struggling to find what to say. I think that Nia and Lloyd probably have the most boring figures of this entire library, but Nia here still isn't terrible by any means. She's just kind of kind of average. I've seen better Nia costumes in my day, and I've seen better Nia designs. Nia might be the most underwhelming one this entire line, but it still has some redeeming qualities, don't get me wrong. It's just kind of boring. So with that being said, how do I feel about the entirety of Ninjago Corps' ninja cast as an entirety, as an entire unit, as a group, as a team? How do I feel about them? Well, in general, I think that altogether this group looks fantastic. I really enjoy their designs as an entirety. I think that their colors complement each other very well, especially with the simplistic shades and really simple designs. I think these guys have a certain amount of charm to them, with some minor things here and there that I don't really care for. Specifically, some of these guys have, you know, one arm that's entirely one color. Otherwise, in terms of the masks, I like those a lot too. I think that overall these suits do a really good job at bringing things back to basics while also keeping them fresh and new. Yeah, I like these guys overall. I understand that they're not going to be everybody's cup of tea when it's all said and done, but honestly for me, there are definitely worse ninja suits out there when you look at the entire lineup here. If I were to rate this entire team out of 10, maybe like a 7. I think a 7 out of 10 is a good score to give these guys. Not a fantastic group overall, but still not the worst, as I said earlier. So thank you so much for watching. Leave a comment down below talking about what you think about this entire group of Ninjago Corps suits, and which ninja do you think has the best outfit this time around. Leave all your thoughts down below in the comments, and hopefully you enjoyed today's video. That'll pretty much wrap it up for my thoughts here today. Thanks a lot for watching. If you enjoyed, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, do all that fun stuff, and obviously check out the links down below in the description for my other forms of social media. Thank you so much for watching once again. My name is TannerFishies, and with that I bid you farewell.